Sunset Time by Albinocorn. Chapter 22 Immortals. Sunset hit the snow, sinking into the frozen celeste. The bitter cold violated her fur, instantly numbing her entire body. She shivered as more falling snow landed on top of her, a white blanket eager to tuck her into the endless field that soon would become her final resting place. It was actually welcome relief against the agonizing blisters and open wounds. Energy leaking out of her body, Sunset could do nothing but lie there, helpless. Blood seeped profusely from her chest while ragged cuffs tore her lungs apart and brought even more blood to her mouth. She spat a great blob of it into the snow, dyeing it crimson. She stared at the stain with muscleless eyes, wondering if she could see her reflection if she looked hard enough. She must have looked pathetic, defeated. And again, she was defeated, broken, exiled, left for dead, done in by cruel irony and betrayed by the place he had called her teacher and friend. How could she have been so stupid? How could she have been so trusting, blindly following orders, thinking she was doing the right thing? She wasn't real. She was just a shadow, an echo across time. She shouldn't have ever existed. Now she was going to die, cold and alone. A mercy death. Was Mercy supposed to hurt? Was it supposed to feel like her insides were on fire? Like her limbs were shattered? Her body gave a feeble twitch. Her mane fell in front of her eyes, drawing a curtain over the world. Get up. Fight. For them. The fight was over. Whether it was her fading morality or Vesper whispering in her head, Sunset knew she was done. She had tried, and she had failed. The smile Pinky had given her was far, far away now. The ember of hope Twilight left snuffed out. Vesper had won. Sunset's life had been for naught. Sunset couldn't take it anymore. The anger and hatred building in her heart, against the pain, against the unyielding, unrelenting, unbearable agony emanating from her chest, she raised her head to the heavens, drawing in a deep, shuddering breath. She screamed. Sunset screamed as loud as she could, wailing into the tundra until the sound reverberated back into her and rang back into her ears. She screamed until her mouth was dry and her throat was raw. She screamed until her heart felt ready to tear in two. The whole of her chest threatened to split across her entire body. She screamed out all of her pain, anger, and sadness and her hatred. Then she screamed some more. Her screams didn't stop until a large bubble of blood blocked her throat. She forced it back down, choking on the acerbic taste of copper, shaking with the effort and chill gnawing at her bones. She slowly raised the hope towards the sky, reaching for the pillowy clouds that eclipsed the sun and showered her with frost and sleet. Reaching for the heavens she knew she could never touch, having already been forsaken once, strength failing her. She dropped to the snow and sent a flurry of power skyward. Damn you, Vesper Radiance! Damn you, Celestia! Damn you, Twilight Sparkle! The last of her energy waned, and an incredible tiredness enveloped her as her remains of her life force seeped out. Sleep pulled at her eyes and wore at every muscle in her body. Violent shivering was all she could muster, now that snow had covered everything but her head. No, it can't end like this. I refuse to die here. But maybe death was a mercy. She no longer had to face oblivion. Maybe now there was something to look forward to. Maybe I'll see Mom and Dad. Vision dimmed, the world of white becoming gray before fading to black. Sunset couldn't feel her body anymore. But then, was it ever hers to begin with? No! Won't think like that now. Won't give up. You had to stop Vesper Radiance. Why? It's over. I lost. Even if I did fire, win or lose, I was lost. And Sunset closed her eyes, so she could hear mocking laughter in her ears. It had sounded odd, not Vesper Radiance, but deeper, almost whimsical. She regretted it, as it was going to be the last thing she ever heard. Mommy, look what I can do! Well, Sunset, that's incredible. Especially at your age. Oh, honey, come look at what Sunny can do. But, Mom, I don't want to go to school. Look, no one likes me. Oh, you silly filly. I'm sure you'll make some friends. It's kindergarten. Everyone's new and trying to meet new ponies. You'll be fine, I promise. Oh yeah, I like your meme. It's all fiery and stuff. What's your name? Sunset Simmer. Hi, Sunset. I'm Ruby Dazzle. You can just call me Ruby. You're really hyper, but I like you. Want to be friends? Sure. Who's that girl sitting in the corner? I don't know. I need to talk to her. Hi, what's your name? Oh, I'm Flora. Why are you singing all by yourself? No reason. Just moved here and it's okay. We're all new here. Wanna play with us? You guys don't mind? Of course not, silly. Okay then. I don't know, Sunset. This seems really dangerous. Yeah, like really, really dangerous. Realize, girls, who's the strongest unicorn in Camelot? Me. As long as you'll stay close to me, you'll be fine. Never free force isn't that scary. Have you been here before? Well, no, but trust me, we'll be fine. This is bad. Why did I roll to you? I want you to know this is all your fault. Doing that. Ruby! Help. Get away from her. I cannot believe that three fillies like you would just waltz into the free forest like that. This has to be one of the most irresponsible, foolhardy things I've ever seen. What in equestrian were you thinking? Please, Princess, it wasn't their fault. You were just following me. I just want to be like you. You're not punish someone to just punish me. That's awfully responsible for you. What's your name? Sunset Simmer. Oh, thank you, Your Majesty. Thank you so much for bringing her back safe and sound. As for you, young lady, you are so grounded. We're so sorry for the trouble Sunset and her friends have caused. It's fine. I'm just glad no pony was hurt. There is something I wish to discuss with all three of you before you leave. Yes, Your Highness? Your daughter is capable of incredibly powerful magic. She singly hoped to defeat an attack of Timberwolves. That had never come a powerful young man like that before. Thank you, Princess. She was actually going to apply to Celestia School for Gifted Unicorns this coming year, now that she's of age. Well then, let me be the first to say, congratulations. On what, Princess? Getting in, of course. Wait, what? Miss Simmer, you have an incredible gift of magic. One requires not just instruction from the school faculty, but more depth practices. I would like to offer you a place at Celestia School, as well as becoming my own personal student. After you serve your parents as punishment, of course. Yes! Oh dear. She fainted. Sorry I'm late, Princess. Your castle is just so big and I got lost in. Calm down there, dear. Please have a seat. And hurry, your ice cream's dying to melt. Sunday? I thought I was going to be studying. Well, in due time. First, I'd like to get you to know you some more. Get to know me. Of course, you're going to be my first personal student. So I'd like to get you to know you as well as I can. Just tell me some things about yourself, Sunset. Oh, well, I wasn't expecting this. Just because you're a student now doesn't mean we can't be friends. Friends? Wow. I'm friends with Princess Twilight Sparkle. So, Sunset, what's like being the princess's student? Oh, Ruby, it's so amazing. We have ice cream before we start studying, and she teaches me all sorts of cool and fun things. She has all these great stories from when she was young. She told me about how she and her friends saved Princess Luna, stopped Discord back when he was evil, and saved the Crystal Empire, and defeated T-Rex, and it was just so amazing. I can't really believe it's happened to me. Yeah, sounds great. I'm really happy for you, Sonny. Your girls don't sound happy. Wait, you don't think me being Princess Twilight's student will affect our friendship, do you? No, of course not. Good, because it won't. We're still friends, we'll always be friends. The first lesson Twilight taught me was that friendship is magic. We'll stick together no matter what. Excuse me, Miss Sunset. 2 ponies named Ruby Dazzle are waiting for you in the courtyard. They mentioned something about a picnic. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that. Darn, I have a test I need to study for. Tell them I'm really, really sorry, but I had to reschedule. Very now, man. Look at him. Isn't he super cute? Ruby, focus. We need to study. Lee, you're the only one taking advanced magical theory, Sunset. Keep it down. I have to get a good grade on this test. When you were studying, you pass all your classes anyway. You're the princess's student. Don't you automatically get an A or something? No, I have to work for my grade like every pony else. Not every pony has royalty to cheer for them. What? Nothing. Girls, please, we're here to have fun, remember? Well, that's really hard when Sunset has her nose stuck in a book. Excuse me for trying to get good grades. I have an image to uphold now. name is a what? A stuck-up know-it-all? What did you call me? Girls. Ever since you became friends as Twilight student, you've been blowing me and Flora off more and more. I have not. I'm with you right now, are I? No, you're reading a stupid textbook. Girls, I have priorities now. What's more important than your friends? Sorry I don't have all the free time in the world to do frivolous things like cult watching. So we're frivolous now, are we? Girls, stay out of this, Flora. If you're going to turn into the least jerk like the rest of the students in that school, you go ahead and leave. Fine, maybe I will. Fine, fine! Alright, Sunset, what's wrong? Oh, it's nothing. This is the third time this sets that you zoned out. You've been looking sad all week. You know you can talk to me about anything. It's nothing, Princess, I promise. Are you telling the truth? No. Well then, Ruby and I got into a fight. Oh my, was it serious? No, yes, I don't know. She thinks about spending enough time with her and Flora, now too busy studying. But I have to keep my grades up, don't I? If I do bad, it'll look badly on you, won't it? Sunset, I think everyone in the school knows how seriously you take your education. You don't have to prove anything to any pony. You especially don't have to prove anything to me. I can't let my grades slip. Well, of course not. But, Sunset, do you really think sacrificing for your friends will devastate your grades? No, I guess not. Remember the first lesson I taught you? Friendship is magic. Mm-hmm. Most powerful thing in the world. If there's anything I want you to take out of these lessons, it's that love and friendship are the most important things you can have. They are what create harmony. You're right, Princess. So I'll go find Ruby and apologize. Listen, you're right. I shouldn't have kept blowing you off like I was. I just can't imagine you put up for us so long before saying something. Well, it's not like I wanted to yell at you. Sometimes it's hard to get through that thick skull of yours. Still, I shouldn't have accused you of being the latest jerk. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not being a good friend these past few weeks. So, should we hug? A hug sounds good. You girls are both so stupid. Come on, Flora. Sure, a hug and some shopping will cheer you up. Ah! Why is there fire right in the sky? Princess, what's going on? What's that thing up there? Sunset, you have to listen to me. I need you to stay within the castle grounds. Not leave unless you absolutely have to, understand? Yes, I mean no. What's going on? I can't tell you right now, but I promise I'll explain everything when I come back. Stay safe, please. Yes, Princess. Good. Come, Spike. We'll have to finish this. I'm afraid Celestia and Luna may have already fallen. Please come back safe, Princess. Sunset Shimmer, my most faithful student. My name is Sunset Shimmer. Sunset Shimmer? This is Sunset Shimmer. I am Sunset Shimmer. There was a pony named Sunset Shimmer. Everything's gonna be just fine. I promise. A jolt ran through Sunset. Not through her heart, but through her very soul. Her eyes snapped open. She bolted upright, screaming as her wounds assaulted her. She fell back down against the warm, grainy sand. Wait, this isn't right. The sound of gentle waves crashing against the shoreline greeted Sunset's ears, instead of the frozen North's bitter howl. She turned her head after her eyes adjusted to the sunlight and saw a sparkling azure sea, lapping against the white sand. Above her, seagulls cried as they soared across the sky. Warm tropical wind blew across Sunset's face, bringing her the salty smell of the briny water. Am I dead? Is this paradise? No, this is apparently the beach from Shadow of Colossus. She tried to sit up again, but her body stoutly refused. This is paradise, then while in pain. Oh, took you long enough to wake up, a deep voice drawled. Turning her head in opposite directions, Sunset saw a unique sight. Two large dandelions sprouted from the sand, slowly swaying in the wind. Tied to them was a discarded banana peel that had been fastened to a hammock. And sitting in a hammock, wearing a pair of black sunglasses and slurping out a fruit smoothie, was the oddest creature Sunset had ever seen. One cloven hoof dangled out of the hammock, while a lizard's foot crossed over it. The creature leaned back on its lion's paw, its musical claw holding a coconut it was drinking from. Long snake-like body took up all the hammock and then some, spiky tail drawing doodles in the sand. Discord? Sunset Shimmer, the coconut asked. Sunset closed her eyes and opened again. Discord was still hanging there, watching her from over his sunglasses. If he's here, then there's no way this is paradise. So then that must mean... Yeah, this is hell. He groaned, I'm still alive. Well, no need to sound so disappointed. Discord tossed the coconut away. Once he had turned to a toucan. Honestly, any other pony would be jumping for joy right about now. Sunset fixed it with an amused glare. He floated up from his hammock and dangled over her. Immortality ain't all it's cracked out to be, is it? He smirked and snapped his fingers at her. A cool breeze flew across Sunset's body, so he watched the knot as her wounds vanished. Warm air as he flowed through her like soup, revitalizing her. Lucas stood up and checked over herself. Everything seemed in place, yet there was something off. As he pressed the hoof against her chest, it gave an involuntary gasp. Her heart was not beating. I don't understand, she looked at Discord, now occupying herself with some yarn wrapped around his fingers. My heart, I don't feel anything. Vesper stabbed me. I died, didn't I? Yep. Discord said nonchalantly. Then how am I still here? Discord rolled his eyes. Must I explain everything? Come on, Sunny Bun. You're supposed to be a smart pony. Figure it out. Sunset sat down in the sand. By all rights, her life should have ended. Unless there was some other rule of time keeping her alive as Vesper lived. No, not time. Souls. Frostlets, she whispered. Ding, ding, ding. Discord cried. We have a winner. Balloons and confetti rained down at sunset. We found herself standing behind a podium with a buzzer eyes. She took no notice, instead staring vacantly into the distance. When I was reincarnated, the magic never left. So I'm still immortal. A loud buzzy sound startled Sunset back to present. Discord leaned over the podium, wearing a fancy suit and tie. Sorry, Sunnykins, all questions must be in the form of an answer. But yes, you are still immortal. Sunset fell back on her haunches, legs too wobbly to support her. But how? Why? Discord snapped his tail, bringing him back to the beats. Ugh, you're such a buzzkill. Now I know why little Miss Twilight picked you to be her student. In the flash of light, he stood in front of the blackboard, wearing a scholar's cap and a monocle. Now, let me explain to your pony brain why you are dead. You see, folks, this is something that a certain writer forgot. You don't ever waste a Discord cameo or a Discord scene. He raked his claws against the blackboard, making it wail in pain. Since they covered her ears, was unable to block the cries of agony. Discord grinned. I've always wanted to do that. Anyway, he flipped the blackboard around. On the first side was a cruelly drawn picture of the Frostlets. See, again, folks, here's the problem. It's not that Discord was being good was the problem in the show. It's that the show writers didn't really know what to do with Discord. Here's how this works. Lich's magic permanently binds their soul to their body. Normally, he flipped the board again, so a picture of a pony with wings and a halo. When a pony sustains too much injury, or their little pony hearts just stop, they die, kick the bucket, push up daisies, etc., etc. Sunset nodded. But because the Lich's soul is stuck to the body like glue, it ignores the laws of death. Discord put his hands to his face. How chaotic is that? Keep going, Sunset ordered. Just as well, Discord wrapped a yardstick on the desk Sunset was now sitting at. This will all be on your test. Now then. He turned the board over to an equally crude drawing of what Sunset guessed was her alicorn self. Since you, Sunset, you naughty filly, took the power for yourself, you bound your soul to your body, so that even after injury and decay, you keep walking. On the other side of the board was a picture of Twilight, with very large buck teeth shooting a rainbow. Since pretty purple princess here followed Mommy Celestia's orders, your soul left your body and floated away. Discord crossed his arms with a sad look on his face. No one was ever considerate of my failure to be a stone. Twice. He raised his piece of chalk and bit into it. Whatever. Point is, the metaphorical glue of the Lich's magic is on your soul, Sunflake. So when you made a new body because your soul couldn't find your old one, you kept your immortality. Sunset pressed a hoof against her face. Great. She let out a mirthless laugh. This is just great. Fantastic. Isn't it? Discord put his paw around Sunset's shoulders and waved his other arm through the air. Just think of all the things you could do now. Oh, the possibilities of chaos are endless. I envy you if I wasn't immortal myself. Sunset opened her mouth to snap out, but halted. Another question burned through her brain. How do you know all this about me? In fact, why are you even here? Discard groaned. Ugh. Celestia asked me, can you ponies, while you pranced around Equestria. I only agreed because I knew I'd get some enjoyment out of it. He raised his head. And I was right. Celestia asked you to watch over us? Such its anger boiled. Why didn't you just cast Professor Radiance then? Did you not just hear me? Discard appeared over in the director's chair. Your little adventure has been like a grade A film for me. It had action, it had drama, it had twists and turns and suspense. Why in Equestria would I bring that to a halt? I need to get my kicks somehow. So why are you here now? Make sure you don't do anything stupid. And Discord snapped his fingers. A golden hourglass burst into existence over his paw. I give this back to you. He held it down to Sunset. She took it to her host, staring at the golden beads. No thanks are necessary. I was just... Hey! Discord ducked as the hourglass soared between his horns. Where are you going? Sunset looked back. Did you not hear me? She said in a mocking tone. I'm immortal. I literally cannot die. That's not even an option for me anymore. My choices now are to live forever, to grow old until I'm a walking skeleton, or fade away into nothing. Sunset took a few steps forward as the warm beats vanished altogether. She's back in tundra and snow, flowing all around her. Princess Twilight wants me to be noble, to go be a hero, wants me to be selfless and sacrifice myself. What about what I want? What about my choice? She sighed. She turned around to Discord, who was eyeing her with curious intent. There isn't a happy ending for me. I accept that. But I'm choosing the way this sad story ends. They can go deal with Vesper Radiance on their own. They don't need my help. They've been here before. I choose to walk away. The darkness in her cackled in triumph. For a moment, Sunset felt dizzy, but she shook it off, along with the snow that built up in her mane, marched away to the tundra. She didn't know where she was going and didn't care. She just didn't want to deal with it anymore. Hold on. Time out. Discord slid forever. You can't just quit. Watch me. Discord threw up his mismatched arms. What about that big, disgusting friendship talk you had with Pinkie Pie? Sunset paused and bit her tongue. I'm still me, she said over the growing knot in her head. I'm tired of being beaten, broken, and forsaken again and again and again. The me I want to be now just wants to be left alone. She shivered as an icy wind blew through her heart, but continued messing on. That's it, little replica. Forced to walk away, forsaking them like they've done you. Shut up! But I haven't said anything yet. Discord said over his shoulder. Was it talking to you? Hearing voices now. Discord shrunk itself like its coiled snake-like body. Round Sunset's ear. Hello? Is any pony home? Not Darn Temple. Is there a yin to your yang, Sonny? Sunset swiped him off over a hoof. Butt out! Discord returned to normal size. You know, the more I talk to you, the more I think you might be the yin. You're starting to sound an awful like Vesper Radiance. Sunset stopped. Discord words cut into her like Vesper's blade. Don't. Please don't, she whispered. Don't what? Compared to two of you. Then what's going on in your side of your head, isn't it? Walking out on your friends seems cold to me. I can't be selfish now. All their lives mean more than mine. Now they don't. It's your life Twilight gambled with. You don't owe them anything. I'm not going to pretend I wouldn't do the same thing, but I expected more from you, Sunset Shimmer. Stop it, Sunset whispered. Looky. You never changed either, Sonny. This isn't change. This is who you are deep down inside. This is us. I want to be selfish. You can live forever. You can live forever. But oh well, if you want your insane half to take over the world, I won't stop you. It should be fun to watch. Stop it! I'm gonna me to the very end of it all. You and I are the same pony, Sunset. Two sides of the same coin. You cannot exist without me. I certainly hope your former friends don't die in the struggle. It'll be a shame if Pinkie Pie got cursed again. Stop it! Sunset screamed. She shut her eyes and covered her ears with her hooves. Stop it! I don't know what I want, okay? I don't know what's right. I want to fight, but I don't want to go away. I don't want to die, but I don't want to live like this. Forced to just exist until the end of time. I just want it all to end. Sunset breathed deeply, but could no longer feel the blood rushing from her body. She dropped her hose to the ground and opened her eyes. Snow still swirled around her, but Discord had vanished. The hourglass, however, was buried in the snow in front of her. Sunset trudged over and picked it up in her magic. From the outset of her journey, it had been a symbol of hope to her, proof that anything could change. In the previous 24 hours, all it had become was a token of doom, reminding Sunset of what she had to give up to make that change happen. While the blizzard howled relentlessly around her, Sunset found herself at a crossroad. She thought she had been prepared to meet Vesper Radiance head-on and accept her fate, but the urge to flee was strong now. She wanted to save herself. She wanted to resist Princess Twilight's last request, just to say she wasn't a pawn in someone else's game, that she wasn't just a sword to be pointed at the enemy. But her friends needed her. He needs you to be a sacrificial lamb. It's all you get for trusting and caring for somebody else. He just want to use you until your purpose is served. Sunset brought the hourglass closer to her forehead and gasped it. What am I supposed to do? The hourglass began to glow. The sudden light startled Sunset as she dropped it into the snow. As a soft blossom of light just spread outwards and bloomed all around Sunset, purple runes popped to life along the gold base, flying off the metal and drifting away like butterflies. They danced around the air, unaffected by the snowfall. In fact, it was as though the light was repelling the snow entirely. Sunset had to seal the eyes as the light's intensity rose to its apex and shone brighter than the snow. When the light began to dim through her eyelids, she lowered her hoof and stared at the hourglass. It was now set right in the middle of a purple star. Hovering just above the star, flickering like a phantom, was... Princess, Sunset breathed.